Hey guys, it's 32 degrees and I started a project of cleaning off the cut flower garden and turning the soil. I thought, I'm going to plant garlic while I'm turning it over. I wasn't going to do that. I thought I would just cover it off. So my videographer, who's dressed in shorts today, no socks, I was going to do it by myself. And he so generously said, I will help you. I said, great. We'll try and get this done. They're calling for a sleet, rain. It's a wonderful blustery day. I like the change of season, but Red, you stay right there. I've got some, I'm using up everything I have down in this cut flower garden and for the garlic. I've got some mushroom compost left, and I'm going to mulch with some brown mulch when I'm done. So I've pulled out all the flowers, and I have weeded, and I have started turning it over with a fork. All my weeds are going on the riverbank. My weeds do not go in my compost. So this bucket are weeds. And these are leaves that have come off of my lovely iceberg climbing rose that I don't like to put in the compost. And these weeds that came out of the flower bed itself, and a few rocks. So we're going to get those out of here so I can continue on. But the soil doesn't look bad. This is the second year for my cut flower garden, and every season I add my compost, which I've got my shovel and buckets of compost. Let me get that while we're talking about it. Excuse me. But back in here, fortunately, I have a nice pile of compost that's ready for use, and another big one that'll be ready come springtime. So here's I'll be adding these 2 big buckets, or how much it needs, of compost. Now there'll be some sticks in them, but they decompose. I'll add the rest of the mushroom compost in the bed, and then I'm going to be planting 2 types of garlic today in this bed once I get it turned. And I've always grown the Italian softneck, which I like, and the flavor is very mild, but I don't know if I've ever tried any other garlic. We may have, because we've always bought it at the grocery store, but for the last 2 years we haven't had to. And so this year I bought a hard neck and a soft neck. Here is the hard neck. Wait, there should be 3 bulbs. Oh, there it is. Hard neck is because this little part of the bulb is solid, and supposedly these have bigger cloves. And Reg and I were talking about our garlic, and he loves to cook as much as I do. He wanted to try something with a larger clove, so we're going to try. This is I think it's called the Siberian. I ordered these from, and I'll tell you, Country Creek Acres, online, Amazon, very reasonably priced. This is the Siberian hardneck garlic, and then my California softneck, which they're nice big heads too. And mine have, why I like about the softneck, they say they do store longer. And last year, we didn't run out until the end of June, just when I was harvesting. You harvest your garlic in July. This is the 3rd week of October, and you get them in now. And through the winter, you may even see some little green tops start to come through the ground. It doesn't hurt them. And then in the spring and summer, they really grow, and you harvest them in July, which makes it nice and very tasty. So we're going to see how everything goes. I will get the soil prepared, and this pile of my what are these things? Annual flowers. Yeah, marigold, celosia, they're all getting cut. I cut bouquets yesterday or the day before, and whatever roses were out here, I cut them, and these are all going to go on the compost pile. So as you can see, I've already started with my fork, and this is what I'll do. I just go in here and lift the soil, break it up. And the good news is, in a sense, we haven't had rain in a couple of weeks, which we need, but rain is coming in the next few days. That's why I'm out here today, to get things done before it gets too wet and muddy. Everything else I have to do, the finishing of the perennial border, because the frost is killing things like I want. But this, I didn't want it to be too muddy. And I just decided, I don't know, about an hour ago, I'm coming out here and getting this done. And the snow is holding off, supposedly, the sleet and snow, to about 2:30. I don't know, it's about 10 o'clock this morning. Too much information, but anyhow, this is what I'm doing, is lifting the soil, loosening it up, and then I will add the compost and the bulbs or the cloves. I'll be right back. Hi guys, so we're back, and you can see I have gotten the area. I've decided in my cut flower garden, my garlic is going to go straight up the hill instead of in front of the border, because I'm still undecided whether this side of the garden is going to be flowers or maybe some greens and maybe a pepper. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I've left it so that since you don't harvest your garlic until July, last year I made the mistake of putting it in the front row, and I'm stepping over it and trying to plant stuff. So all you do, and I went ahead and used the back of my rake. Again, I'm so glad it's not wet and muddy. I will not compost this side of my garden until I decide what I'm doing in the spring. But for my garlic, I did add my compost. I added the rest of the mushroom compost. You like real good drained soil, organic matter. And then what I have here, this is the hardneck, and it should have larger bulbs, which I have already taken apart a couple bulbs. This is the hardneck. And when you open this up, it is a little tough. You want to take the outer skin off of your head to expose the bulbs. And so you take the outer skin off, and then you leave the skins on these. Look at these big cloves, Reg. And large cloves make large heads. I learned that last year. So all of my Siberian hardnecks are going in this pile. I'm going to get them uncovered, set them out. The smaller ones, the small cloves that I'm not going to use, I'm going to put in this pile, and we'll cook with those. So let's go ahead and we'll get those uncovered. And what I'm going to do is get those out of their skins. Put the big ones there, and we'll get the hard necks planted, and then the soft necks. So anything I'm not going to use is going in this bag. These little cloves right there. So these are nice big cloves. And then the soft neck, again, take the outer skin out. The one thing about the soft neck, they layer on top of each other. The cloves do, and you can see that pretty good on this head. You can see, I'll get a little closer, how these outer cloves are growing on top of the inner cloves. And depending on their size, I'm only going to use the largest of cloves. I think I already had counted 44 cloves before Reg came out to finish up our video. So if we can get close to 60, we use more garlic in the winter than the summer, I think. Anyhow, if we can get, a head a week or two, look at that nice big clove. So we're going to get these all undone. The little ones are going in this bag into the kitchen. And I'm impressed. I will probably order again from this company. I can't remember who I ordered last year, but these heads are consistently nice big cloves. So they will, I'll keep their address and use them again. And I can't remember their names right off. So you want to keep a little bit of the skin on the outside to protect them from moisture, and they're slick, obviously. And when you plant them, you're going to plant the flat side goes down in the soil and the little point stays up. We're going to put them in about 2 inches deep and cover them up. And then I will throw some mulch on top of them. Some people do, some people don't, but I have the last couple years and I'm going to continue to do that. So I can be a little picky. I like that. The bigger the heads, I guess it doesn't matter, but okay, let's get these in the ground. And those are all tiny, skinny ones, which I'm not going to plant. Just eat. They'll go in this bag too. Let's gather all those up. And you can see that out of the hardnecks, there was only one head that had some tinier little cloves. And I'm going to try one of those little ones. But otherwise, all of these will go inside and we will use them to cook with. Get those like that. All right, let's get these planted. Set that out of the way. And all I've done, I've already put 3 in the ground. I'm going to put all the soft neck. Probably it'll take 2 rows for the soft neck and 1 row for the hard neck. Because the soil is so lofty, I'm just going to shove that in the ground and away we go. It's that easy. So I will continue this and then I'll show you what I do when I cover everything up and mulch it. Hey guys, so I've just finished covering up I have 3 rows. The soft neck take up 2s. The hard neck takes up 1.5. So I'll put a little marker here where you see all this leftover skins, hard neck and soft neck, although it won't be too hard because you only have 2 varieties and they're different. And now what I'm going to do is throw a little mulch on them right here, just to cover them up, keep them nice and warm. And now we'll pray for rain later this afternoon and some snow, perhaps. And spread that out. All right. I'm so glad. You know, it's true. Every time you go outside, one project needs to another. And this wasn't on my list, was it, Reg, today? No. And Reg is on his way. He's got a great project ahead of him. He found a beautiful piece of furniture, an antique piece, for very reasonably priced. And I always suggest Reg offer a little less. So he's headed down to, where are you headed? He's headed to Reevesville to pick up a nice chest to do his thing on. And I'm going to stay here and plan a few more projects. So that's it. I'll cut all that up, put it on the compost. And the garlic's in. I'm so glad it's done. Thanks for watching. This is Teresa, Gardening on the West Fork, Zone 6, 32 degrees. It's frosting for the next 2 nights. And I'll plan my projects for the rest of the week. Thanks for watching. Bye.